And Phoenix has possession. Bledsoe with it. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Washington.
And also defensively, he was really aggressive. I mean, matter of fact, he had 4 steals over the course of that game.
You know, Dave Yeager, the coach for the Grizzlies, has really become a big-name coach quite quickly. You know, he's worked his way up the Memphis coaching ladder and has had a ton of success early on in his career.
Morris with the block, and he's able to get it back. And yes, sir, that one drops. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Morris with a screen on Lee. And Tucker has it in the corner. It's rebounded by Memphis. And the success we've been mentioning with Coach Dave Yeager. He was the second fastest active coach to get to 100 wins.
And Kevin made his way in terms of coaching, started in the D-League and other minor leagues before becoming an assistant with the Grizzlies, and really was the architect, if you will, of the defense that his team is so well known for. He's done a lot for this franchise and looks to be on track to become their winningest coach ever.
That's good. Morris has got his second bucket of the game to go. Here's Conley. He had 25 points in the win against San Antonio.
And he also was a table setter in that game, Kevin. Just an amazing job with his passing. Just a joy to watch that.
Green. Rebounded by Tucker.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Bledsoe outside. Pass to Tucker. Bledsoe has screen on Green. Right on the wing. 4 on the shot clock. Chandler kicks it to Tucker. Launches it. Morris, no good. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Randolph sets a screen for Conley. At the elbow, Green. And it falls over the rim and in. Green's got his first points of the game. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Conley against Bledsoe. Here's Morris. Zach Randolph with the rebound. Grizzlies have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. To the inside. Here's Gasol. And that misses. That would have put him up. On offense, here are the Suns. Bledsoe outside. Poked loose, hit his leg. And the ref saying he kicked it. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Morris with a screen on Conley. Bledsoe kicks to Morris. Rejected by Gasol. The numbers in their favor. Here's Green. Finish off the break.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Bledsoe passes to Tucker. Out tonight. A shot. And that one comes up a bit short.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Conley.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter. And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line. So we'll see Zach Randolph go to the line here. It's on Tyson Chandler. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Grizzlies.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
Here's Conley after Eric Bledsoe's score, picked by Randolph. Conley against Bledsoe. And there's the 3-second violation. And now a quick rundown of the leading free throw shooters at small forward this year. It's a pretty sure thing whenever one of them gets to the line. The fourth position, Jeff Green.
And knowing what I do about the guys on that list, I can tell you they put a lot of long hours in the gym to get those percentages to where they are.
Well, you can't get those numbers without the work. And they've posted impressive numbers, and all of them are naturally gifted shooters, but you have to add to natural ability the work required to bring it to fruition.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
You know, the Phoenix Suns played well overall last season, but they still couldn't match up against some of the teams in the West. Had a hard time with in-conference battles.
And here's the fast break. Knight leading the way. The 15-footer. No good from Bledsoe.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
Now here's Lee. He's coming off a 13-point game against San Antonio.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively, also doing a great job. A couple blocks in that game as well.
And for the Suns last season, Greg, they ended with a record 21-31 against the Western Conference. It's something that you can point to, Greg, as a reason they failed to make the postseason.
Great point, Kevin. And the big problem for the Suns were the other Western playoff teams. Only went 8-22 against the top 8 in the West.
So timeout call here. But first for Memphis. Their last game, a win. Against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
Allen's checked in for Memphis. Now here's Randolph. He had 19 points in the win against San Antonio.
Yeah, but he set up shop at the free throw line. I mean, he just could not be defended out on the floor.
Just 2 to shoot. Conley. No good off the front iron. The Suns leading. Bledsoe outside. Chandler kicks it to Tucker. Bledsoe, a screen on Allen. Here's Tucker. Chandler, a screen.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
There's the dish to Green. Can they get it? The shot is off. The Suns go the other way with it. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Grizzlies.
Yeah, 2 conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
Yeah, plenty of opportunity here, guys, to get on each other's bad side. I mean, if they weren't already. Should make for some fairly high drama.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Chandler with a screen for Bledsoe. Up off the screen. Green with the block. And now it's Allen running. He can go all the way. Count the bucket.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
Bledsoe against Conley. Bledsoe dishes to Chandler. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. And the Suns lead by 4.
A big part of this run here has been their ability to hit from mid-range, guys. I mean, that's That's unique.
And a lot of teams shy away from that mid-range, but if you can get them off of rhythm, then you can have success.
Now here's Green. 11 points last game. Now here's Tucker. He kicks tonight for three. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
For Memphis, they've gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. Kicked by Randolph. Conley, the pass to Randolph. Makes it off the glass. Randolph's got 7 points.
Michael Conley with excellent vision on that pass.
Bledsoe outside. Pass to Morris. Shot is off. Great D that time from Green. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I caught up with Coach Dave Yeager. He told me that they'll have their work cut out for them looking to score inside with the elite shot blocker and defender Tyson Chandler patrolling the paint. He said he was the Defensive Player of the Year for a reason. He's got length, mobility, toughness, and the want to. He brings effort and communication defensively, and you can't forget about him at the other end either. An improved shooter, and he can... definitely finish. Kevin, a ton of respect for what Chandler brings to the table.
Thank you, Doris. Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Whitey's checked in for Randolph. Barnes comes in for Green, and it's Chalmers in for Mike Conley.
Tell you what, guys, it was a bit of a mixed bag for Eric Bledsoe last season. Average career highs in rebounds and assists. Those were the good parts. but for some reason the field goal and three-point percentages dropped 30-plus points.
Now here's Chalmers. Following the miss by Eric Bledsoe. Allen with it. Guarded now by Morris. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession.
And now we get a moment to see the numbers for Knight. Putting up about 18 points per, 6 assists, and
plays consistent.
Now here's Bledsoe. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. And talking about Eric Bledsoe, he took on a lot more responsibility last season, Greg, especially after the trades in Phoenix. He became the main focal point of their offense.
And you know what? It was his first year of kind of being the man. He signed the big contract coming into the season, and now there's a responsibility that goes with being the go-to guy. Eric has the talent to shine, though, in that role. You know, there was a time when some thought Tyson Chandler would be a draft bust. But, you know, it took some time before he found his niche and has been one of the best bigs in the NBA for the span of his career. You know, that shows you also when you draft guys out of high school, they're going to need a couple more years to really define who they are as players.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Chandler was a bit of a late bloomer, but you can't argue with his presence on the floor now.
Well, he won a title and embodies what you need to do in order to win titles. I mean, Chandler makes all the difference on defense, and that's why teams will just still want him even late in his career.
A platoon swap here for Phoenix. Suns leading by 5. Here's Clarkson. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Wizards in Washington. There's the pick. And it's Covington atop the key. Excellent use of the screen that time.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Now, here's Chalmers. He picked up 12 points in their last win against San Antonio. The offensive rebound. Off with the layup.
They've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, and it's already got them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Knocks it loose, and that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. It's Allen on the wing. Defended by Booker. Feeds it to Chalmers. Just 5 on the clock. Over in the corner, Gasol. Fades away. But they get it back. And so the first quarter is in the books. The Suns on top as they end the first quarter with a tremendous 17-7 run. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.
All right, fans, let's get up. Let's get loud for yours.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
A lot of tough D being played by them so far. It's been the difference maker.
Greg, no uncontested shots for the most part. That's why they've had success.
Chalmers is out there with Tony Allen. Then it's Matt Barnes. Then it's Brandon Wright. And it's Gasol. And at the center, filling out the middle. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Here's Clarkson. After the basket by Tony Allen. Clarkson kicks to left. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. What a season for Alex Len last year. Came in looking to find a spot for the team, and he made huge jumps in his game.
And I think it correlated with his minutes going up as well. I mean, played a lot more minutes, and he's a very complete big guy. With the added minutes, the production has gone up as expected.
Zach Randolph, he's checked in for Memphis. Lee comes in for Tony Allen. Randolph sets a screen for Chalmers. Lee outside. Inside, right, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot, he'll shoot 2. Alex Len picks one up. Brandon Wright was moving all over the league last year, all over the map, traded twice, once from Dallas to Boston, then again sent to Phoenix where he finished up the season.
Kevin, he was only with Boston for 8 games after the trade. He seemed to find a better home when he was with Phoenix.
He's off on the second.
And for Wright, being traded twice, he's one of those players that is so efficient but in small doses. So really the ultimate bench guy to come in and give you minutes in the post.
Here's Covington. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Wizards in Washington.
You know, and in watching that game, he did a really nice job of passing the basketball, scoring, and setting up his teammates. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Now here's Lee. Goes up the baseline. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Phoenix leading by 9. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Glenn, a screen. And there's the feed to Booker. Here's Teletovic. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
You know, I think that will ultimately be Wright's role going forward. A great bench option. Despite all the trades, last year he was still extremely efficient as a scorer.
So it's Phoenix now. The Grizzlies making the shot. Clarkson kicks to Teletovic. Here's Booker. And he's good on the 3-ball. Booker's got a pair of triples in the second now for Phoenix.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Wright sets a screen. Wright sets a screen for Chalmers. Lee kicks to Wright. The 9-footer's on the mark.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Here's Clarkson. The Grizzlies making the shot. He dishes it to Covington. The Suns need to get a shot off. Then the basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And that's what you want to see. Good, fundamental, sound basketball with the bounce pass.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Jeff Green is checked in for Barnes, and Mike Conley is subbed in for Mario Chalmers.
Zach Randolph getting up there in his mid-30s, but his game has never been based on explosiveness. So it's all about strength, skill, and craft when you talk about Zebo, and he's aging gracefully.
Now here's Booker. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Hits the 3-point bomb. Booker's got 9 points now in the quarter.
What a performance, Kevin. It seems like every 3 he shoots is falling for him. He's in the zone.
Timeout called the Grizzlies. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Randolph against Morris. That's in, and the Suns' lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Zach Randolph. The Suns have gotten 4 of the first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Now, here's Warren, guarded by Green. Chandler a screen, and it's Bledsoe off the drive. And Chandler throws it down.
And Kevin, plays like that are really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Clark, look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. That's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts.
Bledsoe against Conley. Bledsoe outside. Chandler with a screen for Bledsoe. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Warren. That 3 off the mark. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Lee outside. Memphis moving it around. Randolph dishes to Lee. And it's sent back by Morris. Outside, Green. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Suns leading by 11. Bledsoe passes to Chandler. Morris inside. He's covered by Randolph. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
For Phoenix, they have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Last season, Memphis fell late and would end up with the 5th seed in the NBA playoffs. Only one of 2 teams to make the playoffs each of the last 5 seasons, along with the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, and they were a team that nobody wanted to play. Memphis drew Portland in that first round, and even though they were the 5th seed, they had home court advantage.
Here's Bledsoe after the made shot from Zach Randolph. And Bledsoe, here we go. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
You know, guys, Memphis waltzed through the first round against Portland. The second round, a lot tougher against Golden State. They went up 2-1 in that series, but couldn't hold on to that lead.
And guys, Memphis would lose 2 of their 3 games at home against Golden State. So things got tough with the Conley injury and missing Tony Allen as well. But they did put up a good fight, ultimately, though, falling in 6 games to the Warriors.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. What a year for the Suns in terms of transactions. Started the season with Dragic and Thomas on the roster and moved them both, Clark, at the deadline.
And, you know, most folks saw the Dragic trade coming after his disagreements with the team. The Thomas trade was a bit of a surprise, though.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Suns. Now here's Conley. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Right. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
And as you said, the Suns made a flurry of deals at the deadline. You knew they would move 1 guard, but ended up moving 2, brought back 1 as well.
Now, here is Morris. A 17-point game for him in the win against Washington.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game.
Now, here's Tucker, following the miss by Michael Conley. Knight kicks it to Tucker. And Bledsoe, here we go.
When the Suns made all those trades, you kind of figured there would be some adjustment. And they did fall off a bit. Still, they felt what they had wasn't quite good enough going forward, so they got a jump on rebuilding last year.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Marc Gasol's checked in for Wright. And Tony Allen subbed in for Zach Randolph. Now here's Conley. Shoots from 12. Another miss by Conley.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
Bledsoe kicks to Morris. No good on the triple. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Over in the corner, Lee. The drive by Green, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot 1 more at the free throw line.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Now here's Bledsoe. He has 7. He feeds it to Chandler. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4. For Memphis, they've gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. Conley against Bledsoe. Green left side. 6 to shoot. The drive by Allen. Rebounded by Tucker.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Chandler kicks to Knight. And he gets it to go. And now it's a 12-point Suns lead.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Now, Lee, taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Right side, Conley releases. It drops for his second made shot of this game. An unimpressive 2 of 7, though. Phoenix leading by 10. Bledsoe kicks to Chandler. Power down with both hands.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
One thing about Eric Bledsoe, he made it clear he wanted to be paid like an upper-tier player. And that led to quite a negotiation between he and the Suns last year. Ultimately, the two sides agreed to a 5-year, $70 million deal.
Shoots the 3. The shot, no good. Now Memphis takes it the other way.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
From 11 feet away, Green with the rebound. Green's got 5 rebounds tonight. Talking about Eric Bledsoe's contract, many insiders felt like it was too much for a sporadic talent. We knew that he was the good backup in Los Angeles with the Clippers and going to Phoenix in a more prominent role. You know, but he went on to have a dynamic season, proving that, you know, Greg, and you know this position so well, he has the ability to be... one of the best league's combo guards, I think.
I agree. I mean, consistency will tell the tale when it comes to Bledsoe. I mean, the rebounds and assists, the averages were up last year, but his shooting percentages were down. So is Bledsoe a near max level player? Only time will tell.
Suns leading by 14. Knight, that's a 2-pointer. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Suns.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Another thing, I mean, they've done a great job.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. A nice shot by Gasol.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Bledsoe against Conley. At the elbow, Green. They grab their own miss. Suns leading by 18. Tucker with the ball. Conley picks him up. Knight kicks to Morris. Back to Knight. Morris a screen. To the paint. Outside for Bledsoe. He's got 15 points.
I mean, he was great in his last game.
Suns on top as they end the second quarter with a massive 16-7 run. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Tyson, what has been the key to enabling your team to control the tempo of this game throughout this first half?
I think the way we came out defensively, we locked into their sets. We're taking them out of what they want to accomplish. Because of that, we're able to make some shots on the other end.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome, everyone. We'll be taking a look back at what was clearly a one-sided first half of action. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Eric Bledsoe is having one of those nights. He ended up with 15 points, 2 steals, and 7 assists. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
Well, how about their ball movement? That was a true definition of team basketball. All 5 guys moving, all guys rotating, everyone touching the ball, a bunch of assists, tons of easy baskets. It gives everyone on the floor confidence when you're playing like that.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
Well, they got more than a few problems to work out, but it all starts with their defense. I know the analytical people love to point out opponents' field goal percentage, and tonight has been a big problem. They haven't defended with any purpose. They need a whole lot more activity on defense.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is just about to get started. Now back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the two.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You know, Eric Bledsoe has been exceptional here, guys.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
The Grizzlies trail by 17.
And really, the Grizzlies might have dropped to 5th in the West in the final week, but they were near the top for most of last season. Often could be found in that 2 spot.
Setting the floor for the Suns. Robert Covington out there with Mirza Teletovic. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. Then there's Len, and it's Booker in at the shooting guard. And here's Clarkson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Covington in the corner. All alone. The Grizzlies pull it in. The Grizzlies did slip late in the West, Greg, as you said. Still, you know, Clark, 35-17. That record in the conference was third best.
And even more impressive was the fact that the Grizzlies played their best when playing the other top teams. They went 16-11 against the other Western Conference playoff teams.
Teletovic misses.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Conley, the pass to Randall. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. And that's 15 points for Zach Randolph.
Well, he's done his part, no doubt about it. Still yet to miss in the game.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Booker in the corner. Got a piece of it. Lee with the steal. Conley kicks to Gasol. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start. And guys, Courtney Lee now having completed 7 full seasons, very much the same guy now as he was entering the league. A 3-and-D prototype who will most likely never be a plus playmaker.
Suns leading by 11. Clarkson dishes to Len. Here's Booker. Drills the three-pointer. Booker's got 12. Talking about Courtney Lee, you know the ball handling and court vision are suspect, but you don't care because he's provided solid defense on the wing, Clark, and he's hit over 40% of his threes last year.
And he's also one of the best free throw shooting two guards in the league, Kevin. And last year he and Conley were out of sight at the end of games. That's a wonderful combo to have, two great free throw shooting guards late.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. 4-3, Covington, but they recover it. Clarkson passes to Teletovic. Buries the long-range jumper.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Timeout. Start it.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
Just not happy with how his team is playing, and they just have been on the wrong side of this run.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? Sometimes just a pause in the action, which is what a timeout can give you, is enough to change things around.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
During that break, Coach Dave Yeager had some words for his team. There was one thing he stressed above everything else, and that was getting the ball into the low post. That is where their points can and should be coming from in his mind. He also wants to see a patient offense, work for the shot, move the ball around, and as he told them, quote, if you don't see a good shot, find someone who does. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
And thank you for that, Doris. That free throw, no good. And we know the Marc Gasol was one of the most sought-after free agents this past summer. Clark, all along, most figured he'd be back in Memphis.
Yep, a winning team, max dollars. And don't forget now, he went to high school in Memphis while his brother Powell played there. He's where he belongs.
The Suns making a switch here. Len's checked in.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Conley with it. He's got 7. 18 feet out. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Tucker's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Marc Gasol, a first-time All-Star starter last season. He and his brother Powell both starting in that game. The first time that's ever happened in league history, and having both those guys go head-to-head.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
And he gets it to go. Gasol's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Oh, listen, there's no doubt you could argue Marc Gasol is the best center in the league right now. I mean, this guy does it all. Defends, rebounds, passes, scores. I mean, he's also a great teammate. They all love him. And to me, that matters in the big picture. When you're talking about developing chemistry and trust, sometimes the difference between winning and winning it all is whether or not your teammates like you.
Conley against Bledsoe. Outside Conley. Gasol, a screen on Bledsoe. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They get it back. Rejected by Len. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Len. Brandon Wright's checked in for Memphis. Barnes comes in for Green.
Matt Barnes.
Randolph a screen. Conley kicks to Barnes. Dishes to Randolph. The 11-footer. The Grizzlies with another miss.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
And Phoenix making a change here. Warren's checked in.
TJ Warren.
The Grizzlies trail by 18. Now here's Bledsoe. 15 points in the game.
Tremendous output from Bledsoe. 15 points, then his huge assist tally makes it all the more impressive.
You know what? He's the catalyst. He's the reason why this team plays with such harmony. And if his passing continues, they are going to be dangerous.
Clark, looking around the league, there's no team that teams want to play less than the Memphis Grizzlies. They just wear you down.
Well, they play a physical brand of basketball. They play hard. Everybody's on the same page. And even if you beat the Grizzlies, they take a lot out of you in terms of how they try to wear you down.
Chalmers, rebound by the Suns. Len's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Bledsoe left side. The tray. That doesn't go either for Bledsoe.
Well, that's clearly a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look at it.
No doubt about it. You cannot let up defensively just because he missed that one.
Randolph dishes to Barnes. Back to Randolph. Shot clock at 6. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Alex Len picks one up.
And the Grizzlies played so well against all the other playoff teams. Part of it is that they just have a style that matches up well with anyone.
You know, that's the thing with the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, there isn't a team that gives them too much trouble anywhere in the league. They're good at home and on the road. They're used to playing in tight, low-scoring games, and they create that situation with their deliberate style.
Knight kicks to Len. Knight passes to Len. There's the dish to Bledsoe. And it's Wright sending it back. Outside Conley. And Wright kicks to Conley. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Conley's got 9 points.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
It's Knight with the drive. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. And the Suns lead by 18.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And that is good.
They'll take as many of those looks as they can get.
Suns leading by 16. Here is Bledsoe. He's got 17. Morris, left side. And the dunk by Len.
How about the excitement right now that he's playing the game with? I love it.
He capped that dunk off with some... Serious hang time on the rim.
I tell you what, he just couldn't contain himself on that one.
Inside, takes the 13-footer, and good. Got the English that time as it falls. And that's now 6 points for Barnes. For Phoenix, they've gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Bledsoe kicks to Morris. Little turnaround. The shot will not go. And it's Memphis the other way. Conley dishes to Chalmers. Len with the block. Now Morris. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Outside Conley. Pass to Randolph. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
That's what I call a captivating move there. He absolutely incinerated the D with that one.
And here's Bledsoe. 17 points in the game. Morris with a screen on Conley. They double-team Bledsoe. Morris kicks to Warren. Trying to find Knight and gets it to him. Pass to Warren. Back to Bledsoe. Feeds it to Morris. Again the miss by Morris.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Kicks it to Barnes. Conley with the screen on Bledsoe. Picked by Randolph. They double-team Conley, the 10-footer. The second effort, yep, it goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Zach Randolph.
The points just keep coming for him this quarter, and just at the right time, too, as they try to narrow the deficit.
And to nobody's surprise, Zach Randolph enjoyed an outstanding season, Clark, in 14-15.
And, you know, ironically, by taking more of a backseat to front court make Marc Gasol, Randolph played better, the best rebound rate of his career.
Phoenix calls timeout.
And for the Grizzlies, they had to be encouraged by Randolph's play after signing him to that extension. I mean, he'd been set back by the knee injury, but he came back in a big way.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Allen comes in for Matt Barnes. And it's Lee in for Mike Conley. And for the Suns, Tyson Chandler. He's checked in for Len. Robert Covington comes in for T.J. Warren. And it's Clarkson in for Eric Bledsoe. The feed to Lee. Picked by Randolph. Passes it to Allen. Morris with the block. And here we go with Morris, running it up the court. Knight on the wing. Here's Covington. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Puts it up from 17. Lee with the block. They recover it. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. He kicks it to Chalmers. To the left wing. Wright sets a screen. Randolph passes to Allen. Takes it from 10. The shot no good. And Phoenix will come the other way. 1:35 left in the third. Clarkson with the ball. Morris a screen. 6 on the shot clock. 4-3, Covington, and Wright pulls it down.
And just because you can make it from outside doesn't mean you need to live there.
Not that far out anyway, Greg. I mean, he can work for a better shot than that.
And guys, Courtney Lee, not the most flamboyant offensive threat, but he's a steady player at both ends of the floor. Makes threes at a high clip and competes defensively. One of those guys that you don't necessarily win because of, but you sure will win with.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Gasol comes in for Wright, and it's Green in for Zach Randolph. Phoenix also making some changes. Mirza Teletovic is checked in for Markieff Morris, and it's Booker in for Brandon Knight. They set the pick. Chandler a screen, lets the three fly. The offensive rebound.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
And Courtney Lee out of Western Kentucky, not usually a hotbed of NBA talent, but, you know, Clark, he's having a nice career.
He really is. I mean, playing big minutes for the Grizzlies, Kevin, and they really need his floor spacing and his hard-nosed, versatile defensive ability. I can't figure out, guys, what's going on with him this quarter. I mean, he hasn't gotten one shot to drop.
And the Suns miss again. The Grizzlies trail by 12. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Now, here's Chalmers. D right on him. Green, the screen. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Here's Lee from out on the wing. He knocks it down. Lee's got 6 points. Booker can't get it to go. And here at the end of the third quarter.
All right, fans, let's get up. Let's get
Phoenix leading by 10. A lot of defense with Conley and Lee in the backcourt. Green is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Allen in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Good-looking screen by Gasol. Lee outside. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Phoenix.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
They do, and you also see a lot of points have come off the dribble penetration. They've been aggressive on the bounce at attacking the defense. Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Lens checked in for Tyson Chandler. Allen. He dishes it to Conley. With a screen for Conley. 5 to shoot. The shot. No good. The Suns go the other way with it. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Covington kicks to Clarkson. There's the 3, and that one's good. Clarkson's got 5 points now this quarter.
It has been a 3-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
And it's good. And that's now 9 points for Jeff Green. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Now here's Booker. He feeds it to Clarkson. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Tries from that one a little long.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Len, a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Teletovic. Again, Phoenix. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Conley into the lane. The pass to Gasol. Teletovic grabs the board. Suns leading by 14. Here's Covington. Down low. Off the screen. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
And he can't. Came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
The Suns have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go win. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. The shot by Clarkson, no good. For Memphis, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Lee kicks to Gasol. Fires at the elbow. And the jumper falls for him. Gasol's got 10 points in just the second half.
Boy, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
And in today's NBA, it's all about spacing on offense. It used to be more about finding matchups to exploit. Now it is all about opening up great looks by spreading the floor.
Zach Randolph is checked in for Courtney Lee. Suns leading by 14. And it's Bledsoe off the drive.
Boy, he wanted everybody in the building to know who threw that one down.
Hanging on the rim is, I guess, one way to do it.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, you want to make sure you don't get teed up from a situation like that.
Conley dishes to Gasol. To the middle. And Zach Randolph, the bucket on the assist by Gasol. 23 points for Zach Randolph.
Wow, and how huge has he been today? Really just giving his team a nice lift.
Yeah, and he's kept them close enough to be within striking range. I mean, the deficit would be much larger if not for the efficiency of his play.
No one near him. Another one falls for Phoenix.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
The Grizzlies trail by 16. Outside Conley. Dishes it to Randolph. No good. Nice D from Chandler. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. A nice shot by Knight.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That is his first foul of the game.
His first personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Green. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Morris with a screen on Conley. Bledsoe with it. Guarded now by Randolph. Morris, no good.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
Allen passes to Randolph. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Suns leading by 16. Now Bledsoe. The dish to Morris. Again the miss by Morris.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And here is Conley. Gasol up top. There's a screen. Just 4 to shoot. Randolph sets a screen for Conley. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Bledsoe kicks to Morris. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
That's his second personal foul. Shooting from Memphis, Marquise Morris.
That one is off.
At the line for 2.
He hits the second from the line. Phoenix had a season of heartbreak last year. So many losses for them on last-second shots. Late-game losses, Greg, buzzer beaters.
Yeah, it's sad if you're a Phoenix fan. How many times this team lost at the buzzer? Just close games in general. Of their 42 losses, how about 18 were by 5 points or less?
Conley with it. Pass to Randolph. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Randolph's got 25 points.
You know, trying to think back on all of the last-second losses for the Suns last year, guys. Heck, the Clippers, Milwaukee, Houston, the Grizzlies, Kings, and Warriors. Ouch.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Outside Conley. Pass to Allen. Feeds it to Randolph. No good. Some solid defense from Knight.
And, you know, what is worse for the Suns and last year's buzzer beaters? A lot of them were from big men. Griffin hits a 3. Cousins hits a deep 2. Big men hitting big shots against them. At least they know it can't be as bad this year. Worked that one inside nicely.
Suns leading by 15. And Bledsoe, here we go. And now the Grizzlies, fast break. Stops, pops, and the bucket counts. And he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
One shot.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
Watching P.J. Tucker, he does all the little things for you, plus some big ones as well ever since he came into the league. Clark, he's been a tremendous glue guy.
Yeah, he's a Velcro guy. You don't want him handling the ball a bunch or launching a lot of threes, but he's physically imposing, and he gives you what he's got. You know the effort is always going to be there with him.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Jeff Hornacek had to say to his team. He said, we are this close to finishing them off, but the job is not done yet, and I don't want to see any let-up out there. We'll see how well his point got across, guys.
And talking about P.J. Tucker, he's really played the same role the past 3 seasons. Excellent inside-out defender, tremendous rebounder for his size, and he really plays within his limitations, taking only shots he can make and also not turning the ball over.
Gasol against Morris. Let's go. Again, the miss by Morris.
That's what we call good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
They kick it out to Green. The tray. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Chandler's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight.
You know, it's funny. We talk about glue guys like Tucker being instrumental to winning the championship, but it's really about trying to find the best guys at what they do. And a case can be made that Tucker is one of the best in the NBA. At what he does.
Green kicks to Conley. To the middle. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar. Well, Tony Allen in this one, he has 8 points and 5 assists. He's been tough on the inside and displayed great vision with his passing, too.
And you know what? He is the total package today, giving them a little bit of everything.
Bledsoe kicks to Knight. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. 15 points for Brandon Knight. One bit of news. For the Grizzlies last year is that they acquired a single affiliation deal with a Clark D-League team that you think is going to help them.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that team is the Iowa Energy. They're a sole partner now with the Iowa Energy. Good move by the team in what is becoming a growing trend in the NBA.
And it's Conley penetrating. Can't connect from short range. Suns leading by 15. Clarkson with the ball. Conley picks him up. Now, here's Clarkson. Shot clock at 6. Len with a screen on Randall. Clarkson kicks to Len. Lets it go from deep. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Now here's Conley. He's covered by Clarkson. Conley kicks to Randall. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Alex Len picks one up.
And Marc Gasol surprisingly nimble for a 7-footer. He really moves his feet well at both ends of the floor.
And when you look at Marc Gasol now versus when he came into the league, remarkable how that body of his, Clark, has transformed.
Kevin, he changed his diet and he dropped a bunch of weight. Believe it or not, he even grows vegetables at his house. He's really gone all in on the transformation of his body.
Clark, good information.
Yes, sir. That's what we do. That's what we do here. Woo. Info and entertainment.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number one of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
Clarkson with the ball. Now Green defending. 4-3, Covington. It's rebounded by Memphis. Conley with the three. Shot's good. Great game for him. Double-double now. 12 points and 14 assists. This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Is there another player out there capable of moves as stunning as that?
A handful at the most. He is an elite company.
You know, he's got that it factor, no doubt about it. He causes excitement just by walking in the building.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, I agree. Got to use some clock here.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Now, here's Clarkson. Defense is right there. Covington, the 17-footer goes down. And the Suns lead by 12.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case here, partner, of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's face. And then go. And corral that backboard.
So it's the Suns winning easily here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the